Hi, my name's Janet, and this is my twin sister Judy. And together, Judy and I worked through 10 years of looking after our mother and father, and we called that period the Dwindling because our mother and father were both fragile and failing, and we called our work together the Parent Project. And I've written a memoir about that, and I wanted to ask you, Judy, why you think it would be important to tell that story.
Well, for one thing, telling stories is important, and you're a boomer, I'm a boomer, we're all boomers, and our friends and our colleagues are boomers, and some of our family. And so boomers telling the stories to each other are an important part of getting ready for our own future as well as handling our present. Some of our friends are still in the dwindling period. Another reason that it would be an important story, I think, is because we're an interesting story from the cradle as premature infants right now up to senior citizens. We've had quite a life so far, and some of our lives sharing with your readers would be an important thing. But one of the points is we are in our 60s now, and it's not going to be too long before you and I enter our own dwindling period. And so what we've learned along the way is really important to prepare us for that. We've learned about caregiving, how to give and how to get care. We've learned about what it's like at the edge of life. I think we've learned a bit about death and dying, the death and dying of our parents.
Yeah.
But what that leads to is beginning to prepare ourselves for our own death and dying. And I think that's important to get your head around that at our age and stage. So that's another reason why I think this book is really important.
Yeah. Well, I want to tell you about the book, but what I wanted to do is to show our viewers here a few of the pictures that tell the story of Betty and Fred in a different sort of way. This is the first picture, and it's Judy and Janet with Betty, our mother, the beautiful silver hair, and she's in a care home there. But it's in the very early stages of the dwindling as far as she was concerned. And earlier than that, here's another picture, which I think is even more telling because that is Mother Teresa, St. Teresa, Mother Teresa of Calcutta, and Mom was a teacher there. And you know, Judy, when you think of it, this period where Mom was teaching was only 5 years or so before she started dwindling.
And when you think of it, in this picture, she's about 5 years older than we are now.
So the thing is, the take-home is, before you start dwindling, you're not dwindling, and you're just having a great senior delivery of all your dreams, you hope. But then it does start. Here's a picture of our dad, Fred, and just to show you, he's wearing his traveler's hat there. And it was a big part of Dad's journey to be a traveling man. And he was very much involved in our Parent Project, although he and Betty weren't together and hadn't been together for 15 years. They were divorced. But I love this picture. Here we are, Judy. We're just coming into our middle age. We're in our 40s. And it's about 10 years before we start to be daughter at a distance and daughter on deck in the dwindling time. And I think that's an important point. We had no idea at that point what we were getting into.
Yeah, or what was coming.
Or
the
what
stage
was coming.
of life that was coming.
Yeah, that's right. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about where the book is at right now. Would that be okay?
Well, sure. What stage are you at now?
Well, this, I'm just showing you, is the manuscript. It's taken 2 years to do. And that's because it's many, many layered kind of story. And every layer took a lot of work thinking it through and putting it together. But finally it is done. And now I'm at a stage where I need to find a publisher. If you, the reader, is going to get at it, it has to be published first. And I'm beginning to look for that. But in the meantime, while I'm doing that, I want to start blogging because this is an important conversation that we all should be in as boomers about what quality care looks like at the edge of life, at the end of life. It's about palliative care, hospice care. even to tell the truth, it's about the Supreme Court decision on physician-assisted death. It's about all of these things, and I want to be involved in that conversation. But I have a website, and I'll have a Facebook page, and you can contact me and follow along with what I'm doing. And as soon as the book is available, sometime the spring of 2017, something like that.
Spring, okay.
Next spring, you'll be the first to know, and you'll be able to buy it off my website or get it from Amazon. And if I'm lucky and the publishers are happy with that idea, it'll be in bookstores too. And so I look forward to you coming back and reading my memoir. It's called Dwindling, The Dwindling, Twin Daughters Caregiving at the Edge of Life.
Okay, well, it's a good working title.
It's a
play around
working
with
title.
that. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Right,
Thanks for
bye.
listening. Bye-bye.